wanted to be involved in the attack on Israel, but their distance made that very difficult. So they did the next best thing and tried to dominate shipping going through this area.
And as we're continuing on here, we do know as well that the Houthis put out a statement saying that 13 civilians had been killed in the process. Of course, this is going to continue on. And we also know that the United States says that, according to officials, that they are the only ones who participated in this attack. Do you think that others of our allies will continue to jump into this fight as well? Or do you think this will solely be a U.S. action that's taking place for the time being?
I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what will happen in the weeks to come, but I think that the United States has sufficient force in this area to be able to punish the Houthis enough to stop them from resuming their attacks. We've got the Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group there, comprised of the carrier and the aircraft on board the carrier. And it also has destroyers, and it has a cruiser with it. Plus, there's also a cruise missile submarine there in the area. And so that alone should be sufficient force to be able to stop the Houthis from resuming their attacks in this area, and should be able to met out enough punishment to keep them from being a continued source of irritation.
Overall, with this U.S. show of force there in the region, how do you think this is going to impact some of the other groups that are there in the Middle East, including Israel? Of course, they currently do have a ceasefire agreement with Hamas, no matter how fragile at this point. But do you think that this will impact some of the other conflicts there in the region?
So the chief country that will be impacted by this is Iran. Iran is the puppet master pulling the strings on all the puppets, the Houthis being one of these puppets. They have been greatly damaged by the actions there in Syria, which Harakat with Hayat al-Tam Sham, HYT, overthrowing the Syrian government and denying Iran access to Hezbollah. And so this is another one of their puppets. So they don't have Hezbollah. Hamas is all but neutralized. And now they are losing the Houthis, which were constantly launching attacks on ships in the area for Iran. And now they've lost out on that group also. So Iran is the one that is actually, in addition